Good evening, gentlemen.
Okay, my phone says it's 6 o'clock, the light went on. I would like to call to order the Tuesday, August 19, meeting of the Mound Planning Commission. This is a regular meeting. Roll call, please.
Planning Commission Member, Council Liaison McEnany.
Aye.
Pardon me, I don't have my glasses on. Planning Commission Member Sherry Wallace.
Aye.
Vice Chair of the Planning Commission Jason Baker.
Here.
Planning Commission Member Drew Heel.
Here.
Planning Commission Member Samantha Wacker.
Here.
And Planning Commission Member Kristen Young.
Here.
And Planning Commission Chair David Gold.
Here,
Thank
you have received by email the agenda for tonight's meeting. There are no amendments. Chair would entertain a motion to approve the agenda as distributed.
Motion to approve as distributed.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. You have also before you, as transmitted by email, the July 1, 2025 regular meeting minutes. Does anyone have any proposed changes, additions, deletions to those minutes? Hearing none, the chair would entertain a motion to approve the July 1, 2025 regular meeting minutes.
Motion to approve minutes as distributed.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
We have a second. Discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Board of Adjustment and Appeals, review/recommendation planning case 2507, Bluff variance, construction of new/replacement home, 3343 Warner Lane. Applicant Greenwood Design build on behalf of Tiffany Winter Beitler. Miss Rita.
All right, good evening. Thanks for the opportunity. I'm Rita Trapp, planning consultant for the city of Mound. The request before you is at 3343 Warner Lane. Just for context, this property is located on Warner Lane along Cooks Bay. It is near the border with Minnetrista, and there's currently a single-family home with an attached two-car garage. According to the application materials, the daughter of the current occupant is going to be purchasing the property and is looking to tear down the existing home and build a new home. And the request this evening is to address bluff issues with the property. They are proposing to construct a two-story single-family home with an attached two-car garage. They are requesting a bluff setback variance to allow construction of the house within 10-foot top of bluff, and I'll provide a little bit more context with where the bluff is located and why this situation is unique. The comprehensive plan, this is a low-density residential lot, and they are continuing to use it for those purposes. Similarly, this is zoned R1, single-family residential. It is considered a lot of record. It is a shoreline property, but again, they are going to continue to use the use of a single-family home. So the use part is not changing. What we are really focused on this evening are the bluff requirements. There are actually two bluffs on the property. This is pretty unique. We don't see this very often in Mound, where we have a house that's impacted by bluffs on two sides of the property. So we have, you can see the bluff, and I think when you look at the survey, it's kind of hard to see the bluff. You're like, well, why is this such a big deal? But as you look at the topo for the entire site, I think you can see a little bit better that when the contour lines are that close together, there is a bluff situation. So they are located just kind of at the top of the bluff, and that bluff ends right where the existing house is constructed. And as you can see, the bluff does curve around a bit, and so there is a 10-foot top of bluff setback, and that's what's impacting this property, is the fact that the bluff is not just a straight bluff. It does curve a bit, and so it is impacting the property on the west side and the north side, which we have here. So there is what we called in the packet a north bluff and a west bluff, and that is located, you can see the top of bluff line. Then we have a 10-foot top bluff setback line, and then on the north side, which is still the same bluff, it's just that it's curved a bit, there is a top of bluff and then a 10-foot setback line. Per the requirement, you are supposed to stay 10 feet back The house that is currently in existence today is built into the bluff area and does not follow those bluff setback lines. The applicant is proposing, as you can see in this table, to improve the nonconformities, and that's something that we always look as favorable in these situations. So as you can see, in terms of a bunch of the setbacks, they are addressing, there is a nonconformity currently on the side yard, and that is something that is getting improved. Similarly, on actually both sides, things are getting better with the new construction, so they tried to respect our setbacks a little bit more. And then on the bluff impact zone on the west side, we are being able to meet that bluff setback. So they have reduced the number of basically nonconformities from 4 down to 1 in order to put a house in this vicinity. So I'm just gonna make sure that we go back because I kind of went through this fast. You can see the edge of the house here. And so this bluff setback line is something that would extend farther into the house. The proposed house does remove the rear deck, which is currently located within the west bluff setback area, and it is, as I said, improving on the south side as well. There are a few things that we noted as conditions, so if you were to have a favorable recommendation, we did note on the application that the air conditioning unit is encroaching farther than we allow per code. So that's just going to need to be addressed. That isn't something that we were assuming a variance would be needed for that. That's just something that they will have to adjust based on what the code, which is that mechanical equipment can just encroach into the setbacks by 2 feet. So that will need to be adjusted. And then the eaves, it looks like those are correct, but we like to mention those just in case that those can also encroach only 2 feet into the setbacks. The measurement we did makes it look like that's not a problem. Hardcover, this is an existing lot of record, as I stated, so they are allowed up to 40% for lots of record. The existing hardcover is 28%. Right now, the proposed hardcover is 27%, so again, we're improving the situation and well under the maximum allowed of 40%. And then the proposed building height is 32.5%, or 5% feet. We do allow a maximum of 35 feet. This is something that staff needs to further look at, just the measurements and making sure that everything is going to meet those requirements. The applicant has not requested a variance, so we are assuming that we can make that it works and that it'll be conforming. We took a quick look at it, but there are some calculations that need to be verified as part of the building permit process. We did distribute this as is customary, and there were no comments received. So staff feels like it's beneficial that they have reduced the impacts to the property. It's going to be difficult to address all of the setback requirements. So from our perspective, it seems like a reasonable request to have to be in that one area. The ask this evening is to discuss the request and take one of the following options, which is table if you need additional information, approve or deny. We did provide in the packet conditions that staff would recommend and obviously would entertain additional if you would have any. With that, I can answer any questions that you might have.
Questions for Rita or comments?
I have a quick question.
Yes, ma'am.
It probably means nothing, but
Yeah.
I forgot to look on the Hennepin County map. When was the original house built?
1970s? 20s? Okay. I was like, I know I looked at it, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah, okay. And is the applicant going to be taking residence or putting it for sale?
No, taking residence.
Okay.
It's for her and family.
1920.
1920.
Thank you. Yeah. Any other questions?
Further questions? Comments?
All right, I'm gonna move this where the applicant's representative is here if you have questions for him.
Okay. Would you like to approach the commission, sir?
Sure.
We'd ask you to give your name and your address, please.
Sure. My name is Doug Cutting. I'm owner of Greenwood Design Build. Our office is out of Edina. We're representing the homeowner here at 3343 Warner Lane.
And your address in Edina is?
4550 West 77th Street, Suite 190.
Thank you.
Yep.
You have any comments you'd like to make to the commission?
I think staff's proposal pretty well sums it up. We've got just a really unique situation here with that northern bluff impact zone. Right now, it currently occupies the existing home. In fact, there's no way for the house to be on the property without impacting this one sort of unique bluff impact zone. And thus forth, there's actually no way to tear down and build a new home without continuing to impact that. The only thing we can do, as staff suggested, is we can make improvements to the other encroachments that currently exist. So that is our intent, and in order to move forward, we simply need an approval on the variance for this northern impact. In fact, the more I look at it, and when you show the topography, it confuses me even more because this northern one doesn't even follow the curvature of the topography. It's like it's radiating from somewhere else.
Yep, I totally agree, when you put the two together.
I don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah, I
So-
think there's one topo line that is curving a little weird.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, questions for the applicant? Hearing none, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, further discussion about planning case 2507. Hearing none. I will refer you to page 7 of your agenda, where we have a staff recommendation for commission approval of the project with 5 conditions and 4 findings of fact.
So I will make a motion to approve the planning case 2507 Bluff variance, including conditions 1 through 5 on page 7 and findings of fact 1 through 4, page 8.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Discussion. Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Sarah, when will this go forward to the city council?
I think, because it's a concurrent recommendations from, for approval from staff and from the commission, and because it's nearing end of summer, I think we're going to include that on next Tuesday's city council meeting to save 2 weeks. So at least that's kind of the game plan.
Okay,
So with the 26th of August.
thank you. Okay, moving on. 2025 Planning Commission term expirations.
Have a good night.
And I think we talked about this last time.
Yep.
Yeah, we did, yep.
Do you have any further comments about this?
I don't have any further comments. We've heard from Ms. Wallace and also Kristen, and we also have one unfilled seat. So the folks that were to contact me contacted me. So
Okay.
nothing new.
Okay.
But the one unfilled seat, we were going to let that
Expired.
Yeah,
attrition.
the city attorney is working on the brand new or an amended policy, and also scooching in the number of planning commission members, and he's been working on that.
Oh, great, thank you.
Yep.
Questions about that? Hearing none. Kath, do you have any comments from the council?
Well, I mean, I haven't updated you for a while, so I'm not sure, did everybody get a chance to listen to the water treatment update on July?
We made the front page of the newspaper.
And if anybody has any questions, I can try to answer them. The phases are confusing to me, but it's moving along. Then on to the lid, you know, as many of you know, it last week did not pass, but we're in the 10-day grace period. So nothing can be approved until, or brought up again until next Tuesday. Then I'm going to bring up the parks that maybe people saw in the news or listened to misguided information. I mean, it was really disappointing that the parks did not contact anybody from the council or the city manager to verify what was to be discussed in our workshop. And as you all know, because we're all part of a workshop, that's to discuss ideas, and if as we have to work on our budget, if there's anything we can do to improve it. We have felt in our last Parks workshop, which there never has been a dual Parks in recent memory. So we felt it was really important to get together with the Parks Commission so we can try to form goals going forward to make our parks the best they can be. We simply wanted to initiate the first part of our discussion, which is we kind of found 8 parks that we could discuss because I've been fielding calls literally since this went on the news. Most of them, the reason we wanted parks available that night, we had Dustin, Ryan was on vacation, was to just verify why we have some of these and why we're calling them parks. Because in many cases, except for 2 of them, there are ways for people to simply walk to their dock, for the dock.
Oh, sure.
And then there were 2 very small areas that are in between residences
Right.
that the residents have already indicated over the years that they would be willing to purchase each half of the lot. And when you take into account our workforce for public works and how we can make our parks the best they can be, especially once LLC gets in, it's going to require a lot of attention from public works. So we just wanted to initiate a discussion on, is there anything we can do to repurpose or possibly offer for sale? Edgewater Park was just an extreme we put on there to show that this is what the property value is, even though my kids spent their entire young years sledding on it. I have no interest in selling it, but again, it was to just show an extreme that we could look at to discuss. So none of us have ever discussed selling parks to a developer. None of us have ever discussed selling parks to fund a treatment plant. It's simply how can we better improve our parks and keep maintenance to a level that our public works guys can handle and give us beautiful parks. So.
Can I ask a question? Because stormwater runoff, and that impacts all of the development that goes in, is our number 1 pollutant of our lakes.
Right.
And we have limited landscape, right, in Mound. Can we turn those into areas where we can divert water to?
Well, I think that's a great idea. And had we had a normal workshop where we were actually able to have a high-level discussion, if you look at the one on Beachside, that would be a perfect spot to do that. We have a pump station on there and some electrical, and that would be a perfect place to put some sustainable plants and
Right,
things.
and
So-
then you don't have to mow it.
Absolutely, 100%. So that's what we were intending to start a discussion about, but we didn't get very far.
What happened? It
So,
turned into a,
It looked like the council was talking, because I was there for the whole parks thing. It didn't.
well, because it was a workshop. It's not a
Right.
discussion for,
No, I meant, I didn't see parks involved,
They weren't.
The chair of the parks was there.
right.
I don't know that, it was just a weird.
It was a workshop for the council to initiate conversations on how we can best utilize our Parks Commission, find some goals, but even in our joint Parks meeting, we said the council will probably have 2 or 3 meetings so we can better define how we can work together. And this was simply one of those. The Parks Commission jumped to conclusions when they saw that without confirming with any of us what it was really to be about. So that was really disappointing.
how did Channel 5 get involved?
Somebody from Parks called them.
Probably the council
So,
person.
they show up and we're all getting calls, can somebody represent us? Well, I'm in St. Louis Park at a photo shoot. I'm like, yeah, I can get home back by 5 o'clock.
Somebody represent, I'm sorry, who could,
Well, I don't
well,
know.
Channel 5 showed up for the meeting.
No, Channel 5, somebody called Channel 5 to do a story on us selling parks to
I
developers,
guess,
which is so inaccurate. So,
It was just kind of a weird
well,
format
it
for a
wasn't supposed to
workshop,
be,
yeah.
It
Yeah.
wasn't supposed to be
Yeah.
that way, but
Yeah.
when we all took the turn into our room where we normally do a workshop,
Yeah,
the room was filled with park commission people, so we had to divert. But, you know, it's difficult to have a high-level conversation like this. We're usually across the
Oh,
table
yeah,
from each
for
other.
sure,
So,
yeah.
yeah, that was a real dark spot on Mound that absolutely shouldn't have happened had anybody reached out to us and just simply to verify the information, because it was running rampant. And I literally had to restrain myself all weekend long from commenting on all these social media posts. But I generally don't do that because people call us usually to get the facts. So I don't really get involved with Nextdoor or the complaint club but even today, right before I got here, there's another complaint club, you know. They're selling all the parks and they're gonna burn them all down, you know, it's just not fact. So we are really wanting to make our parks the best they can be and to try to find a long-term goal that has really, to my knowledge, and anybody that we've discussed, never been talked about together. So we're just trying to improve it.
And maybe just a little precursor to that, to the group that was here, because a lot of people came early to be at that workshop because there was a public notice done on it, you know?
And we always put out public
Yeah,
notices.
yeah.
But
So people saw that, right?
Right,
And
but-
they're like, we want to show up, we want to hear what's going on, and so it wasn't clear, it just, there was a list, right?
There was a lot of miscommunication
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
a valued commission that we work with that should have been a little more responsible to call one of us before they allowed gas to be thrown in the fire, social media fire all weekend.
Okay, anything else?
Yes, maybe in better news. I'm not sure if everybody saw that Invoice Cloud is now available on our website, and it's a new feature for all of our residents that we can finally do online payments and sign up for that. We also have the ability for 24 months to track the usage and our billing data. So if you're not aware of it, it's on our website, and you just go sign up, and you can sign up through credit card or through your electronic check. But it's a really nice feature that we've never had, so
Nice.
that is now available. And with that, I think that's all I've got, except for, I guess, this Saturday at Back Channel Brewing is the event to support the West Tonka Food Shelf. The bands that start at noon and go on until about 10 o'clock. So that'll be a fun event.
GB Layton is there.
Yeah,
I was
he's
gonna
the
say,
cl-
it
he's
should be
the,
like-
the
Not
opening,
lighters
but the
are
closing
there,
band
yeah.
that'll be playing.
Yeah.
I think it's
So-
like 2 to 10 or something like that, it's all day.
Yeah, it's all day, it's like 6 or 7 bands. So we just posted it on our Facebook page, but it's also on Back Channel Brewing with the schedule of bands and what time they'll be playing. So that'll be a fun event. And that's it.
Okay, questions for Kathy? Hearing none. Sarah, comments?
I don't have a lot, short of, we are, continue to be very busy with building permits, additions, decks, substantial remodels, accessory structures, lots of inquiries on properties. We're working on budget, that'll be going to the council soon. It is very busy end of summer activities. Everybody wants to get projects started if they haven't, or get them moving soon before the snow flies. But with upcoming events, the annual Incredible Festival will be coming up in a couple of weeks. The council approved a permit for one of our local businesses to have a kind of a nice fall festival over in Stonegate. That's Mama's Happy. For around the same time, I think it's the same week as Incredible Festival. We had a very, very nice Spirit of the Lakes, and looking towards fall activities, starting to get inquiries on those, and holidays already. So it's been a very, very nice summer, but it's been a very busy summer for permitting, and lots of property owner, property developer, property interested parties, lots of inquiries on properties. The phone does not stop ringing.
Any update with Met Council approving the restaurant in Commerce?
Oh, I have no information on
What was
that.
that?
I don't think that's up to the Met Council.
I thought it was had to sewer charge, or
Yeah,
sewer line for Met
The
Council.
last information I had was that they were working to get their SAC numbers squared away with Met Council.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
Stand corrected.
I call it Met Council,
Yeah.
but it's MCES.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Same
thank
line.
you. Yeah.
But I don't have any additional information on that.
Is this the Phantom Restaurant on Commerce Place?
Yep.
Yes. There's
The-
been promised for
the one
3
within the-
years.
Within the heart of the shopping center.
I keep calling for a reservation, I can't get through.
Yeah.
Are they paying rent for 3 years?
Excited.
Yeah, got good
Yeah.
run.
And,
I would imagine.
but I think
They're
that's
part of the
everything.
RPG
Yeah.
group, so.
Yep.
Okay, any question for
Thank
Sarah?
you.
Thanks.
Our hearing none, our next meeting is Tuesday, September 2. It's a regular meeting at 6 PM. Anyone on the commission have anything else they'd like to bring up?
I have something. There's a real blood shortage, and Memorial Blood Center is actually doing a blood drive at Back Channel on Thursday. So it's like an extreme, extreme shortage. So they're asking for people to participate. So if you
Okay.
can give blood, please do.
Thank you.
It's a good PSA.
Anything else? Hearing none, Chair would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
We have a second?
Thanks, everyone.
Second?
We have a second?
Third.
Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed,
Yeah.
nay.
Go straight in.
Motion carries,
That's
we're adjourned.
what- where we were trying